I'm with Mark Horvath, who created InvisiblePeople.tv, and he has a really inspiring and an incredible story to tell. Mark, so tell me your story. Where does it begin? Well, you're known for now online for InvisiblePeople.tv. What's it about?
It's kind of interesting. At the tweet up last night, people are saying, "Oh, you're the invisible guy." Well, I hope that's not my legacy. I hope it's you're the guy that made us aware of homelessness. And even though that the word homelessness and aware of it, I do believe that we know of, human trafficking and cancer, and we're aware of these things. The problem is we're ignoring it. We're ignoring homelessness.
So what is your site trying to do? You yourself, you were homeless.
14 years ago, I had a great job in the television industry, and I ended up homeless on Hollywood Boulevard. And I rebuilt my life, and this thing called the economy hit. And just this last May, I lost my house to foreclosure, and basically just started screaming real loud about poverty. I felt like, well, first off, I should say that I've been in nonprofit response television for a while, and I saw nonprofits telling the story but not telling the story right. So part of this is part of that, and the other part is just some guy that just really wants to just stand up and give a voice to those that don't have a voice.
How are you doing that with this website?
Well, InvisiblePeople.tv is real, raw stories of people still in homelessness. Wow. They're not people that are being helped. See, nonprofits, they, and rightly so. I mean, if you go to my About page, it's my video. I even produced it, but it was, hey, we solved the problem. We helped Mark Horvath get off the streets. And we detach from that. We say, oh, they solved the problem. We don't have to. Well, homelessness is a very serious crisis. I mean, just this year, 6.7 million people have been laid off.
Yeah.
HUD, this last year, 2008, says two-parent families in suburbia, rural communities, increased 56%. We have a perfect storm. We have a crisis coming. And right now there's two ways that people deal with it, especially communities. They either bulldoze it out of sight or they embrace it and try to do something about it. And through InvisiblePeople.tv, I'm trying to break those stereotypes so that more people will see homelessness as real people. In Southern California, we have a saying that you don't meet your neighbors until there's an earthquake.
Or a car accident.
Or a car accident.
Yeah.
Or a tweet up.
Yeah.
And I think we're all real busy. We are. We don't speak to the people in the elevators or different, social connections that happen. So, of course, when we're on that exit ramp, we don't roll down the window. Either we're scared or the light turns green and we don't have enough time, but we're interested into that story. Because these are real people, and I'm living proof, one, that homeless can happen to anybody, and that two, if we give somebody a helping hand, they can get out of that situation.
So you're raising awareness, but what action from this do you want people to take?
Well, that's up to each individual.
Yeah.
Again, it's a choice. They either, go on to somebody else, basically turn the channel, or it affects it in such a way that they look in their community. Right now, the best way for people to get involved in homelessness, a homeless cause, is to find in your area, dial 211, Google, find who's helping with housing and jobs. I just traveled the country, sponsored by Ford. Ford gave me a car, and Haynes and Whirl, my favorite iPhone app, and what changed about me is before I left, I thought anything you could do it, whatever your support level is. Now, it's support those who are doing housing and jobs. We need to get people housing and jobs. So you ask, what can I do? Today I'm about ready to speak. I'm going to ask everybody, how many people out there have 5 pairs of shoes or more? About 100% of the people will raise their hand. So right there's something to do. But just don't randomly give them away. Find somebody in your community that's having an impact, and go support them. Whether it be a lot of places have guest chefs, where you go in for a night, whether it be your bridge club or your church or your synagogue, you go in and you help them cook a meal. Or, maybe it's answering the front phones. I know Path Achieve Glendale, which is one of my favorite homeless services in Glendale, California. They need people to just come play with the kids. So there's all different levels of support where you can get in, but it's very important that we support, work as a team, and support people that are doing housing and jobs.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're more than welcome.